ఇది ప్రాసెస్ కోడ్ మీద రాయడం. ఇది నడుస్తుంది కదా. అంతే కదా. మీరు అడ్డం అన్నారు. గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ. Good afternoon, JEE 12th as well as NEET students. Myself Praveen Kumar, Chemistry faculty. So welcome you all of you from PW Vidyapeeth. See, I am taking care of your chemistry 12th class. So today onwards I am going to start the new topic, solution chapter. So all of you place separate notebook for it. You all kept separate notebooks, right? So today we start with the chapter solution. Right heading solution chapter. This board is visible now. So in this way you can observe the subtopic we are going to start solution chapter, right heading solution. So this is the first chapter from physical chemistry. In the physical part we start with solution chapter. So the subtopic today is binary solution. Right heading binary solution. First of all, student, you have to know what is solution. See, might be in daily life you may see sugar solution, you know, no, in sugar solution, how do we get sugar solution? To the sugar we add little amount of water. That makes what sugar solution, is it right? Are you following? So see, for example, I am taking solution. How do we get solution, students? A solution is a mixture, homogeneous mixture. Means intimately it will mix with each other. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more components. It may have either two components or more than two components whose composition can be varied within certain limits. Are you following? Suppose sugar solution is there. What is solute in that? What is solvent? If I am taking sugar solution, in this who is the solute, who is the solvent? Sugar will be the solute. And what will be solvent? Water will be the solvent. No? So such solution, that is called water solution we call. Understood? So make a note. Write definition of solution. So I make a note here, copy it. So what is the definition of solution? A solution is a homogeneous mixture. It is a homogeneous mixture of two or more components. Of two or more components whose composition can be varied. within certain limits. Understood, students? Right definition of solution. So what is solution? A solution is a homogeneous mixture. Either it may have either two components or more than two components, and its composition can be varied. We can vary the composition of a solution within what certain limits. And a right example, sugar solution. In sugar solution, who is the solute, who is the solvent? Sugar is the solute and water is the solvent. Clear? Right. Now formation of solution is a physical process. So, you know, formation of solution comes under physical or chemical process. Right, that formation of solution of the real. So formation of solution, does it come under physical or chemical process? It is a physical process. Why? For example, you take sugar solution and you boil the solution. What happens? We can separate the solute and solvent. No? So make a note, formation of solution is a physical process. Understood? So solution formation is not chemical, it is physical process. Now we go into binary solution. Right, heading binary solution. Now what is meant by binary solution? A solution that is made up of two components. What are the two components? Solute and solvent. Such is called binary solution. Right, that a solution that is made up of two components. What are the two components? Getting idea what I am saying? So a solution that is having two components, solute and solvent, is called binary solution. Now tell me an example that just now we took, sugar solution. So in sugar solution, as I told you just now, there are two components in this. So what are the two components? Solute will be sugar, solvent will be what? Water. So in this, right, who is the solute? Solute will be sugar, while solvent will be water. Such solution what we call, students? Binary solution. Copy it. Then now let us study what is solute, what is solvent, right? Solute and solvent. Now generally what we define for solute, students? A component in a binary solution, the component that is present in less amount we call solute. But it is not hard and fast, but generally what we say, Which is the component is present in lesser amount, that is to be taken as what? A solute. So make a note, a component that is present in lesser amount. Are you following, students? A component that is present in what? A lesser amount we call as solute. But it is not hard and fast. Generally we take a rule of a lesser component is solute. Then what is solvent we define? The component that is present in more amount we call it as what? A solvent. Is it right? So make a note, a component that is present in more or large amount is known as what? A solvent. But this is not hard and fast rule. For example, see in exam how they ask the conceptual. Suppose I give you few substances, you have to tell who is solute, who is solvent. Okay. Now in this I take example, brine solution. Make a note, brine solution. Then students, what is brine solution? Brine solution is called aqueous sodium chloride. So what is brine solution? Brine is called aqueous. What is meant by aqueous, students? The one that is dissolved in water is called aqueous. Aqueous sodium chloride is called brine solution. Now in this, who is solute, who is solvent? Can you guess in this aqueous NaCl, whom to be solute, whom to be solvent? See, solute comes to be sodium chloride. So its physical state is solid, whereas solvent is what? Water. So make a note, in this solute is to be sodium chloride, solvent is to be what? Water. Understood, right? Now take another example, hydrated copper sulfate. What is that hydrated copper sulfate? You know copper sulfate exists as pentahydrate. What is that we commonly call blue vitriol? Its formula is CuSO4 dot 5H2O. Commonly we call this as blue vitriol. This is also called crystalline copper sulfate. What is the name given to this? Crystalline copper sulfate. Now tell me in this who is to be solute, who is to be solvent means, see, here one concept, that's what I told you, hard and fast rule, it's not lower component is to be solute, higher component is to be solvent. Here see, initially copper sulfate, it is, what is the physical state? Solid, no? Now this copper sulfate I am writing here, whose physical state is solid, and I am placing in water. What is the physical state of water? Liquid. But after dissolving in water, its crystalline substance, see, its water of crystallization is coming with 5, and it is also physical state is to be what? Solid. That means if the physical state is not changing, if the physical state of the component remains same, that is to be taken as solvent. Are you following? So in the copper sulfate, pentahydrate, crystalline solid, as the physical state has not changed, it means if the physical state of the component is not changing, that is to be taken as solvent. So in the copper sulfate pentahydrate, who is to be the solvent, who is to be the solute would have been asked. Copper sulfate behaves as a solvent, whereas water acts as what? Solute. If the physical state of the two components, among the two components, if the physical state changes, so here physical state initially solid, after that also it is forming same solid. So that is called solvent. Understood? So make a note, if physical state of a component remains same, in a solution, in a binary solution, that is to be considered as what? A solvent. Getting idea? So in the two components, if the physical state of the component is remaining same, if the component physical state is not changing, that is to be taken as solvent. So initially copper sulfate is solid, After dissolving in water, it is also in the same state. So it is to be taken as water. Copper sulfate act as solvent, whereas water act as solute. Hope you understood all of you. So make a note, in a binary solution, if the physical state of a component remains same, are you following, students? So this is important. So in main JEE mains as well as in NEET exam, they may ask you in this who is the solute, who is to be the solvent in the form of matching this there. Clear? Now we go for another example. Write one more example. Equimolar. I write here. Now see another example I am taking. Equimolar. What does equimolar mean? Equimolar mixture of ethanol. What is the formula of ethanol? C2H5OH and water. Now in this you have to tell who is the solute, who is to be the solvent. Question understood, students? Equimolar mixture of ethanol mixed with water. What does equimolar mean? Equal moles. You are familiar in 11th class, no? Mole concept. What is the molar mass of ethanol? When you add algebraic sum of atomic masses, so 12 into 2 plus hydrogens there are 6 plus 16. This is coming 46 grams. If you add algebraic sum of atomic masses, you get molar mass, no? Same way, what is the molar mass for water? Each hydrogen is 1. There are 2 plus 16. It is coming 18. Now among these two, who is having larger amount? The mass of ethanol is more, no? So ethyl alcohol is to be taken as what? Solvent. And water is taken as water. Water is taken as solute. So in this solute will be whom, student? The one that is having lesser amount, no? Solute is water because its mass is 18 gram. And what will be solvent here? Solvent will be ethyl alcohol. So this is how we decide physical state of solute and solvent. Understood all of you? So till now our discussion went on what is solution. Solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more components whose composition can be varied within a certain limit. Such solution we call as solution, and in that we have two types of binary solution. A binary solution is what? It is made up of two components, solute and solvent, and I given one example of sugar solution. After that I taught you formation of solution is a physical process, it is not of chemical process. And there I told you in the components so-called ethyl alcohol mixed with equimolar mixture of ethanol and water. In this who is solute, who is solvent means ethanol comes to be the solvent and water is to be water solute. Clear? And one more point I told you, in the two components, if the physical state of the component changes in a binary solution, then it is to be called as a solute. If the physical state remains same, then it is called as a solvent. In that we took example ethyl alcohol, copper sulfate blue vitriol, that is CuSO4 5H2O. In this who is solute, who is solvent? So solute will be water, solvent will be copper sulfate. Hope you understood all of you this one. Now I will share the PPT till now of what we discussed. Now once have a glance of this introduction. So can you see this? A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances which are chemically non-reacting We come across many types of solution in our daily life. Example, solid, liquid, solid mixed with liquid, liquid mixed with liquid, gas with gas. So in this chapter, we will learn several properties of solution and their application. This is what introduction till now we discussed. Now coming to next, various concentration terms we have to discuss in the coming session. Solubility, Henry law, Vapor-Sayre, Raoult's law, various types of solution, azeotrope. These are the subtopics we are having in the solution chapter. Till now I started only introduction part. Now see, binary solution means already we discussed a solution that is made up of two components is called binary solution. And next is solute solvent. Who is to be the solute? Who is to be the solvent? We discussed just now. Now tell me in this is solute always in lesser amounts as compared to solvent for a given solution? Means it is not hard and fast. So is solute always in lesser amount as compared to the solvent for a given solution? Generally what we take, lesser amount is to be the solute, larger amount to be the solvent. And next our discussion will be types of solution. Let us discuss next, right heading, types of solution. Are you following, students, all of you? Right heading, types of solution. Now in these types of solution, total we have 9 types of solutions. Make a note, there are 9 types of solution. How 9 types? See, from gaseous solutions we get 3, liquid solutions we get 3, and solid solutions we get 3. Total 9 types of solutions. So make a note based on the physical state of solute and solvent. So make a note based on physical state of solute and solvent. There are how many types of solutions? 9 types of solutions. Following students, so in JEE Mains as well as in NEET, they can ask in the matching list. Let us discuss what are the 9 types of solutions. Copy it. So are you getting my point? So what are the 9 types we get? One of gaseous solutions we get, one of liquid solution we get, one of solid solutions we get. Now make 3 columns here. First column you make it for solute. Second column you write it for solvent. Third column you write for type of solution. Fourth column you write for example. So first column make it as solute, second column solvent, third column type of solution, example. Now total how many types of solutions we get? 9. Now see what are those 9, observe here carefully. One is solute, I am taking solute. Solute I am taking solid or gas I take. My solute is gas and my solvent is also gas. So which component is larger amount, student, in this solute and solvent? Gas is more, no? So as gas component is more, what type of solution do we call? Gaseous solution we call. Getting idea? So among the solute solvents, since gas is more amount, we call it as gaseous solution. Clear? Now what is the example for gaseous solution? Might be you know this general atmospheric air. Atmospheric air contains what? Nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, noble gases, no? So can we give example what should be the gaseous solution? Atmospheric air. In this atmospheric air, what are the gases present? Nitrogen gas will be there, oxygen. Intimately they will mix, no? So this comes under example for gaseous solution. Clear? Now coming to second type, see, I am taking liquid. Previously gas, now I am taking liquid. Liquid, I am having component in gas. Liquid dissolved in gas. Here gas is more component. Hence, as gas is more component, we call the same gaseous solution. So what type of solution do we call this one? Gaseous solution. Are you following, students? So simple. So if the liquid component is present in more amount of gas, we call gaseous solution. Can you give example, students? What will be the example for liquid in gas? We can take humidity. You know, in humidity will have what? Liquid droplets in air, moisture. So example for liquid in gas, what we can take? Humidity. That is water droplets present in where? Air. Following right? This third category, see, the third category I am taking solid present in liquid. That is solid in gas. See, solid dissolved in gas. So here gaseous component is more. Since gas is more, what type of solution we call? Gaseous solution. And you might studied in first year thermodynamics chapter. There you may heard sublimation. Might be you people in 11th class. Thermodynamics people studied, no, that is sublimation. What is sublimation? Conversion of solid directly into gaseous state is called sublimation. So here we can take example solid in gas camphor. You know camphor we use in temple Karpur, we say camphor, or we can even say iodine. You know iodine is also sublimating liquid. So camphor in air we can take example. So understood, students, these are the three types of gaseous solutions we got. Since gas is more amount, we are taking gaseous solution. So with this now gases is over. Now I am going for liquid solution. Now see, I am taking gas as solute and liquid as major amount. Are you following? Are you following? See, liquid is more amount. So what type of solution should I call liquid solution? See, now it is liquid solution. Now, in your daily life, might be you observe that liquid solution, aerated drink. Later we study Henry's law. You know, soda water. In the aerated drink, cool drinks, what is the gas present? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide dissolved in water, that comes under gas in liquid. So here we can write example, aerated drink. So in the aerated drink, what is the gas present, students? Carbon dioxide dissolved in water. That comes under gas in liquid. Following right. Now fifth one, liquid dissolved in liquid. See, I am putting one liquid in another liquid, that is called liquid in liquid. And you know, daily life we say liquid, we call it as liquid solution because liquid is more amount. And here see, I am taking 10% V by V. What is V by V means? Volume percent. You said in first year, volume percent, what does it mean? 10 ml of ethyl alcohol has been dissolved in 100 ml of water. 10 ml ethyl alcohol. What is the formula of ethyl alcohol? C2H5OH. This have been dissolved in how many ml of water? 100 ml of water. See, in this solute is ethyl alcohol, solvent is what? Water. So that comes under liquid solution. Now coming to the sixth one, solid dissolved in liquid. Solid in liquid. Now see, solid dissolved in liquid. Since liquid is more amount, what we call? This one also liquid solution we call. Copy that. Solid dissolved in liquid. Example, we can take amalgam. You know amalgam, any metal with mercury, sodium amalgam. Amalgam, any metal with mercury is called amalgam. So amalgam comes under solid dissolved in liquid. So these three comes under liquid solution. These three, above three comes under gaseous solution. Copy this and we go for next gaseous solid solution. Are you following, students? So these are the 6 types which till now we studied. Now we go for next solid solution. Copy this part. So in the matching list of questions, they can ask you list 1 with list 2, match with the list 2 in the NEET as well as in JEE main. Then now we go for next. What is the next category we are having? Solid solution. Illiterate, solute, solvent, type of solution, and example. Now let us take gas dissolved in solid. Now since solid amount is present in more amount, what type of solution do we call? Solid solution, no students? So this solution we call solid solution. Now what is the example for gas dissolved in solid? You remember hydrogen gas when you pass through palladium, H2. What is H2? Hydrogen gas is adsorbed. Adsorbed means what on the surface? Adsorbed on palladium. What is the symbol for palladium? PD. And that process is called occlusion. Later you have surface chemistry in advanced, for mains you don't have, that is called occlusion we call. What is the spelling? OCCLU. Occlusion. Adsorption means what? The hydrogen gas will reside only on the surface. So what is the example for gas dissolved in solid would have been asked. Example comes under hydrogen adsorbed on palladium. Now coming to next liquid or gas in gas. What do we do? Now we take another example, liquid in solid. And the last one is solid in solid. So liquid in solid, here solid is more amount, we call this as what? A solid solution. Now what is the example for liquid in solid? See generally, in the previous case amalgam we took, no, here also amalgam. What is amalgam? Any metal dissolved in mercury, such is called amalgam, sodium amalgam. In this mercury will be liquid, sodium will be in the solid. And solid in solid, example for this is also solid solution. This we get alloy. What is alloy, student? Mixture of 2 or more metals. You know brass, bronze, German silver. It is a mixture of 2 or more metals, what we call alloy. Like brass. You know brass is made up of what and what? Copper and zinc. So total how many types of solutions we come across? 9 types. What are those? One is gaseous solution, one is liquid solution, another is what? Solid solution. Copy this. Done, students? Now this is what, let us see the PPT in this till now discussion on what it meant to see the types of solutions. Now have a glance of these types of solution. The gas dissolved in gas, we took atmospheric oxygen, atmospheric air, liquid in gas, that is we took carbon dioxide dissolved in water, and solid in gas, camphor in nitrogen, liquid solution, gas in liquid, oxygen dissolved in water, liquid in liquid, ethanol dissolved in water, solid in liquid, glucose dissolved in water, and gas in solid, solution of hydrogen dissolved in palladium, that is called occlusion, and liquid in solid, amalgam or mercury with sodium. Solid in solid is what? Alloy. Alloy is a mixture of two or more metals. Is it clear, students? These are the 9 types of solutions. Now write answer for it. Choose solvent and solute in brine solution. Tell me what is brine solution? What is brine solution, student? Aqueous NaCl, no? Means sodium chloride dissolved in water. In this, who is the solute, who is the solvent is asking. Tell me, solute should be whom, student? Solute should be sodium chloride, no? And what should be solvent? Solvent should be water. Is it right? Simple. Okay, next question. Choose solvent and solute in crystalline copper sulfate. What is crystalline copper sulfate, students? Blue vitriol. That is CuSO4.5H2O. What is the physical state of this solid? Actually, how do we get this blue vitriol? Copper sulfate physical state is what? Solid, no, student. Just now I taught you this one. And water physical state is what? Liquid. When you crystallize this, it forms CuSO4.5H2O. And physical state of crystalline copper sulfate will be solid. See, the physical state has been not changed. So if the physical state remains same, hence this copper sulfate is to be taken as what I taught you. CuSO4 behaves as solvent. Since physical state has been kept same, so physical state on both the side is same, solid, solid. So hence here who is the solvent? Copper sulfate will be the solvent, water will be solute. Understood, students? Now see next. Now, choose solvent and solute in aqueous solution of copper sulfate. This already we did. Write this question. Choose solvent and solute in equimolar solution of water and ethanol. What does equimolar mean? Equal moles, I told you just now. No, equal moles means water. What is the molar mass for water? 2 plus 16. Is it coming 18 grams, students? You are familiar 11th class mole concept, no? 1 mole of water weighs how many grams? 18 grams. And what is the molar mass of ethanol? Ethanol formula you have to know later in organic chemistry people study. So ethyl alcohol is the common name, ethanol is the IUPAC name. Might be you know in 11th class organic chemistry. So find the molar mass of ethanol. Each carbon is 12. 12 into 2, 24. 24 plus hydrogen 6 plus 16. That comes how much, student? 30 plus 16. 46 is the molar mass. Now in this, who is the lesser amount? This is lesser amount. The component that is present in lesser amount will be solute. So here water behaves as solute, whereas ethyl alcohol acts as water solvent. Simple. This is what about introduction of types of solutions. You know, our discussion went on what is solution, what are the various types of solution, and who is to be the solute, who is to be the solvent. Now, right, next heading, expressing concentration of solution. Next, our discussion will be on what? How to express concentration of solution. Right, heading, expressing concentration of solution. Now, before expressing concentration of solution, students should know what is meant by concentration. What we define. The amount of solute present in given amount of solvent is called concentration. No? So, what is the definition of concentration? Make a note. Amount of solute present in given amount of solvent. Suppose I am dissolving in 100 ml of solvent. In that 100 ml of solvent, how much amount is present? That is called concentration. So, what we define, amount of solute present in given amount of solvent is known as what? A concentration. Are you following? So, how much amount of solute present in given amount of solvent is called concentration. So, the last 2 minutes. So, to express this concentration, we are having various terms. Might be you studied in first year. The same concept it will repeat. If you remember in 11th class, in some basic concepts of chemistry, you are familiar about that. So, one we are having mass percentage. Do you remember student mass percentage in 11th class also we learnt? We show with the symbol W by W. This is called mass percentage. In the next class we discuss in detail. But now I list out what are the various concentrations. The second one is we are having volume percentage. Volume percentage is shown by the symbol small v upon capital V. And the third concentration you know mass by volume percentage. Mass upon volume percentage we say. This is shown by the symbol W by V percent. We will discuss all this in the next session. And the fourth one we are having mole fraction. You know no students, mole fraction is shown by the symbol what? A chi. People know this is chi we call mole fraction. The fifth one we are having molality. What is the fifth one we are having? Molality. Molality is shown by the symbol of a small m. Molality is another concentration. This you learned in 11th class, even then we repeat here. And the sixth concentration we are having molarity. See the difference between molality and molarity. The sixth one is molarity. We represent with the capital M. Molarity, capital M. And the seventh one we are having normality. Normality is shown by the symbol N. Normality is shown by the symbol what? N, capital N. And the last one we are having ppm. Do you know ppm we call parts per million. This is expressed only for trace amount. ppm. So in JEE means we are asking questions from ppm, all these concentrations, parts per million there. Parts per million. So these are the 8 terms by which we have to study all these numericals we get on this mass percentage, volume percentage, mass by volume percentage, mole fraction, molality, molarity, normality, ppm. This most important will be mole fraction. Frequently in exam they are asking, and molality, molarity, as well as ppm very rare, and these 4 are very important. And make a list of all this, and we will discuss all this in tomorrow's session. Okay students, right now time up, it's almost 2:50. So we will end the session. Are you following all of you? So my suggestion is be regular for the classes students. So as you joined in PW Vidyapeeth, we all are experienced faculty, but from your side see, student side 75% it depends. So 25% we can guide you how to study, what way you have to approach, all that. But from day one onwards, be regular for the classes so that you can know the continuity is there, you can understand the topic. Okay, Amma? So all the best. We will join in the next session.